friend Lindsay. She's in love with me too, and I want to be with her more than I want anything, but I can't. My church disapproves. My family would never understand. People will never treat me the same. What should I do, London?
You can lean on me.
P.S. I'll be at the Pride Parade on Saturday. Dear precious, beloved, perfect Alexa, you have this one life. It's all you'll be given, Alexa. This one life, just this one. As Mary Oliver says, you just get this one wild and precious life. And honey, you only have one job in your one wild and precious life. And that is to love and be loved. Love is the one thing, and since it's the one thing, you can have everything else in the world. Trust me on this one. You can have everything else, but if you don't have this one thing, real love, you will always be empty. And if you do have this one thing, you can have nothing else at all and be filled to your brim. In order to be loved, Alexa, you must be free. In order to be loved, you must be seen. Free and seen, Alexa, all of you. The one thing you cannot do, honey, if you want this one thing, if you want real love, is to hide any part of yourself. Here's a list of jobs that are not your jobs in your one wild and precious life. Making anyone comfortable. Following anyone's rules. Meeting anyone's expectations. Gaining anyone's approval. Fitting in anywhere at all. Or making sure the board doesn't get around. Here's a list of things that are your jobs. Being honest about who you are. So that you can be truly seen. So that you can be truly loved. It is better, Alexa, trust me on this one, to be loved by one than to be approved of by millions. All the approval in the world will not keep you warm at night, Alexa. And listen to me. Alexa, about your church. The church is not God. Are not God. God is love. God is love. God is not complicated, Alexa. If you've got love, you've got God. And anyone who makes God more complicated than that is trying to sell you something. As for what people will think, Alexa, here's what I know about people. People are braver and better and kinder than you think they are. People eventually will honor your truth, especially when you look them in the eye and you tell them the truth of who you are, and you do it with dignity and shamelessness and steadiness and honor and gentleness and veracity and joy and love. Truth has a way of standing for itself, Alexa. And here's another truth I've discovered firsthand about people. People are comforted by love stories that follow the rules. But people are moved by love stories that break them all. You've got one wild and precious life, Alexa, live it. And while you are busy fighting for your one life, we, your family, those of us a little further down the freedom road than you are, we will be working our hearts out to clear the way for you, to make the journey a little easier and a little safer for you and your love and for your future family. Here are the three things we vow to do in honor of all the Alexas and all the Lindsays. Number one, we will love out loud. I had a dear friend whose teenage daughter came out to her recently, and she called me crying. She said, Glennon, I had a vision for my girl's life and her future since she was born, and now it's vanished, and I can't find anything to replace it. Will she ever have a family? Will she ever find love? Will she ever be happy? I thought for a long while about why it was so hard for my friend to replace her old joyful vision with a new one. And I think it's because she didn't have enough images of us stored in her mental bank. It's hard to believe in what you don't see. It's even harder to become what you can't see. So many folks have been taught a load of crap story by their religious institutions about who we are and who we're not, and that's the only story they've heard. We need to tell another story. We need to tell the world a love story with our lives. We need gay and bi and trans people waving flags at marches. Yes! But we also need gay and trans and bi people holding hands at the grocery store and hugging at PTA meetings. And pushing their babies on swings together at the playground and praying together at church or walking together at the beach. We've become brave enough to fight out loud at marches, and our next step is to love out loud in this city and everywhere else on earth. We will fight out loud for you, Alexa, and we will also love out loud. Woo! 2, we will become who we needed when we were younger. We will spend time thinking about what would have helped us when we came out, and then we will become that for someone else. Today we kick off the creation of an emergency fund for the Naples LGBT community, for those who need help with medical bills, who need shelter because they've been displaced by their families. We will step in and we will become their family. We will become their soft, safe place to land, and we will not consider giving to this fund to be charity. We will consider giving to this fund to be investing in our own family's future. We will become the ones we needed when we were younger. Number 3, we will remember that we are one, and that the fight for civil rights is one fight. And so we will not show up for our own LGBT community without also showing up for people of color.
Yeah.
And immigrants, and the poor. And the differently able, and women, and children.
Yes. Woo! Preach!
We will use moments like these to say, Black Lives Matter.
No!
Lives matter. We will breathe and rage and protest along the Black community, and we will not remain silent, because injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere, and none of us is free or safe until all of us are free and safe. And as people of relative privilege, let us not dare utter the words, all lives matter, until in this country they actually do. The oldest trick in the book, which is to keep their power, which is to ensure that we, the people, remain divided. If we stay separate from each other, afraid of each other, we will never gain the numbers and the momentum and the mass necessary to turn the tables on power. We will not live in the illusion of separateness any longer. We will be united with all marginalized people in the struggle for freedom. We will stand together. We will have equality and justice for all. We will show up for each other. We'll say, well, friend, that depends. As James Baldwin said, we can disagree and still love each other unless your disagreement is rooted in my oppression and denial of my humanity and right to exist. If your opinion does not in any way affect my human family negatively, by all means, carry on. But if your opinion is the fuel of the machine that seeks to annihilate the civil rights of people of color, or differently able people, or poor, or non-Christian people, or LGBT people, well then we will see you on the other side of the march, of the courtroom, of the picket line, and of history. And spoiler alert, you will lose. But it bends towards justice. And because love always wins.
Okay, I'm so proud of my wife. I don't know if you guys know who I am, but my name is and I recently moved to Naples, Florida to join my family. Glenn and I got married a couple weeks ago, and so these are my this is. You know, 6-7 months ago when I moved here, it happened to be during the election time. And I was overcome with how conservative this place was. And I was a little bit scared.
Liberals!
And now, I just hope this is an example and evidence to everybody that we are here.
That's right.
And not only that, but that we belong here in Naples. I am proud to be a gay woman. I'm proud to be married to Glenn Doyle. I'm proud to be their stepmom. That was kind of interesting to take on stepmother.
Yeah, nice.
I think I'm a good stepmother, not a bad one. But I want everybody here in this community to be proud of being in Naples, and it's moments like this, it's prides like this that prove that Naples can and will be liberal and open to everyone.
Liberals!
All I